In this video, guys, I'm bringing you a movie review for the new Netflix original movie. Hey there, nerds, this is another movie review, and this time, it's a first for me. It's a Netflix original movie. It's just been released today, 22nd of December. It's not been in cinemas or anything like that. It's straight to Netflix, and it's a big budget movie with Will Smith starring, and yeah, it's called Bright. So it's directed by David Ayer, who's known for End of Watch and Suicide Squad. They've got Will Smith starring, and Joel Edgerton, who they both play cops. It's like a buddy cop movie of such. There's a lot more to it than that. But yeah, Netflix has sunk a massive budget into this, and has it paid off? This is the question. I think it was something like $90 million they've spent on this. And obviously they had to get Will Smith in, etc. Did it pay off for Netflix? I really enjoyed it, I have to say. Going into it, it went straight into like the credits. There was no like beginning and then credits. It was straight into credits, and it was like this graffiti, like different scenes of graffiti around LA, and it was all pointing towards different sort of like different races. So it was like elves and orcs and humans and different types of races, sort of hinting towards some sort of dark lord or just different various things about these races and stuff. From the credits alone, it seemed positive, I have to say. Then we get into the movie, and we've got a scene where Will Smith's at home. First of all, sorry, we see him get shot, but it's like a flashback. We see him at home with his wife, and he comes out, and he's a cop. He's living in a neighbourhood with like gangs and stuff. And we see him, quite a funny scene where he basically batters this fairy that's like been in the house, and fairies have become like, I don't know, vermin, I guess, treated like vermin. So yeah, he kills it with a broom. So basically, if you don't know what this movie is about, it's basically like the Lord of the Rings sort of world with orcs and elves and all those types of things in the present day, which I think is actually a really great idea, to be honest with you. You know, I'm a big fan of fantasy movies and things like Lord of the Rings, and it's actually a really good idea to bring, you know, what if that world go forward in time to sort of like a present day like we have now? How would society work, I guess? And that's the premise of this movie. And, you know, there's big undertones of, you know, racial divides that we have, you know, probably more in America nowadays. But they're still present in all countries around the world, different racial divides. And, you know, this movie's greatly hinting towards that in our own real world, but obviously using the different races of fantasy characters like elves and orcs. And the elves are basically the rich and the powerful. The orcs are like the downtrodden, the ones that everyone thinks are still evil. And, you know, then there's the humans in the middle almost. And they do hint at other races. You see a glimpse of a centaur. There's only the one, and we see like a shadow of a dragon, I believe. I think that element of the movie though is slightly undersold. I don't think we see enough of the lore of it all. But you know, it's just under a 2-hour movie, so I haven't got a whole lot of time to explain a lot of the stuff, I guess. But throughout the movie, they're hinting at this Dark Lord, and basically what it is the two cops, Ward, who's the human played by Will Smith, and Jacoby, played by Joel Edgerton, is the orc. He's the first orc police officer. The orcs hate him. The humans hate him, and Ward is put with him as his partner, and he's getting a lot of stick from the rest of the police department about that, and everyone else. His wife's worried he's going to get shot because everyone wants to kill his partner. So they get called out, and they turn up at this safe house. This safe house is a safe house for like an elf renegade sort of extremist group who basically want to bring the Dark Lord back. And you know, when they get to this house, there's lots of like corpses, like in like a sort of like a magical sort of death way. So they come across this girl who's an elf. She's a strange girl. They're not too sure what's going on with her. And then they find that she's got a wand, which, you know, is only referred to as myths. No one really believes these things exist anymore, that magic exists. And after meeting up with this girl, they're then pursued by a Hispanic gang, an Orc clan, the elf extremist group, and the magic federal agents, and they are basically just being pursued throughout this entire movie. And then that's it. I don't really want to get into too much of the story because I don't want to spoil anything that happens for you guys who are going to watch it. I think it was done quite well. I really enjoyed the movie. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't anything that mind-blowing, but the premise itself was really good. It kept me gripped. I thought the performances from like Will Smith and Joel Edgerton were pretty good. And yeah, I really enjoyed the movie, I have to say. And it is not the best thing I've seen this year, but I think it's the best Netflix original film that's been put out there, I reckon. Is it going to have the massive impact that Netflix were hoping that it would have, I guess? Probably not. But I think it does go to show that Netflix is a force to be reckoned with nowadays, and that films don't necessarily have to go into the cinema anymore, that Netflix is here to stay, and Netflix means business, and we'll start getting more movies like this coming straight to Netflix, being made by Netflix, for Netflix. So yeah, very interesting times ahead for the streaming service, I guess. So if I'm going to rate this movie out of 10, I would give it probably a 7 out of 10. Definitely worth watching. I mean, you ain't got to pay for it. And if you've already got Netflix, obviously pay for Netflix. But if you've already got it, then it's there ready for you to watch today. So I would suggest you go and have a look and watch it and see what you think. Okay guys, thanks for watching my latest film review. I hope you've enjoyed this quick film review. If you have, please give this video a like. Leave some comments in the comment section below if you've seen it. What did you think of it without spoiling it for anyone else? Don't leave spoilers. And yeah, are you planning on watching it or want to ask me anything about the movie without spoiling it? Then please put that in the comment section below. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel for more movie reviews and other pop culture content. So please subscribe to the channel. And if you do, hit the bell notification button to be notified when I upload a new video. Okay, thanks for watching guys, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.